Hi, I'm Matt, and these are some tips and lures to use for bass fishing. Okay, well, first of all, bass fishing, it's not the easiest fish to catch, but it's probably the most fun. It takes a while to, catch a bass, but it's worth it when you catch one, because they get pretty big. Mostly what we catch around here is largemouth bass, but they have smallmouth bass and all that kind of stuff up north, too. Bass are a really sensitive fish. They're not the kind of fish that would just go up to something and eat it. You have to use techniques to catch them. Like,
sorry for the camera mess up.
Like a frog is the most common bass lure. It's really good because frogs are always crossing canals and stuff, and it's a really small bait that a bass could easily eat. And something that is really good, like, see, you can have, online you can probably find all kinds of different colors, and these are two most common in our area. And, yeah, I've got one more too, a little one crossing. Because all you gotta do pretty much, if you have a seawall like we do out here, these are all man-made now, all you have to do is cast along the seawall pretty much when it's, it's a high tide. Right now it's not really a high tide, and you'll probably get a different bass, or you can just cast right across the canal. Some other lures are these small little baits. I've got two of them, two different colors. These are really good for when it's sunny out, like you can see right now. On this one, you can see like the reflection off of it, which the sun hits it, a bass sees the little reflection, and the bass is on it. The bass love the small little baits it can get to. And right here, you can't really notice the hooks. I mean, if you're really looking for it, you can see it, but if you're just taking a quick glance, you can't really see it. But this is a really common thing to use for bass fishing. Works really good. And just a normal swim bait, just top water stuff. Little divers, they work pretty good in like deep areas. I got a couple more of them, little nice divers, and they got a rattle to them if you can hear that. And the rattle helps the bass hear them, so when the bass can hear the fish, you got a better chance of getting a hit. And then most of the time people have like one good bait, and this is my good bait. It looks like a frog, and you can see where its pupils are really big, which when a fish's pupils are really big, or like a little bait or something, that means it's wounded, which means, it's like hurt or something, and it's easier for the bass to catch. And my little trick to this one, whenever you jerk it in the water and pull it out, when it comes back in, it rattles. So it's a really, really good lure to use for bass fishing, because it's constantly moving, making a rattle and all that kind of stuff. One of the best ways to bass fish is worms. I've got lots of worms. These are really big worms. They work pretty good. Just, like a weedless setup, which is where you make a little spot for the hook at the top, and then pull it back through, and then put your tip of the hook in, and then just hook it in to where it comes through to the other side, just about like that. So when you're pulling it through the water, it doesn't even look like the hook's there, and whenever a bass hits it, it comes down, and you can see the little tip of the hook is right there. And so when they're swimming through the water, it doesn't get a hit anything because there's no hook out. So it's a really, really good setup.
So which means no weeds will hook on it?
Yeah, no weeds will hook on it. You won't lose your bait. And there's different kinds like lizards and stuff. All kinds of little different worms. It doesn't really matter what they are as long as they're a good-sized worm. But, that's pretty much it for bass lures and stuff. I mean, that's my most common ones. And that's probably the most common that people use. Alright, well, thanks, subscribe, all that kind of stuff like that. See ya.